It's not always other people. Sometimes it's simply us who are a problem. Hello everyone, I'm Mel. To the returning subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's lovely to see you again. And if it's your first time on this channel, welcome. Feel free to look around, check out other videos on the channel. I know it's been a hot minute since we sat down and actually had a one-to-one conversation. But I thought today, let me go back to my roots. It's a beautiful Sunday and I've got a big birthday coming up, and I thought I should share with you all, my beloved subscribers, 37 lessons at 37 that I've learned. The first lesson is growing older is a blessing. Guys, I cannot express how excited I am to still be here at 37. This is why I don't hide my age. I don't subscribe to ageism, because every single birthday lived is a blessing. I've lived long enough to have lost friends, loved ones along the way, so I'm excited to be here. I like to think of life as a bus ride where we all hop on when we're born and we're just traveling towards a certain destination. For some people, unfortunately, their stops come pretty soon in life. They don't get to live long, whilst others stay on this bus for longer. So guys, whilst I'm on this bus, whilst I'm living, I'm gonna enjoy every moment. I'm gonna cherish the scenery, and I'm gonna make the best of every opportunity that comes my way. Number 2, your happiness is your own responsibility, so don't postpone it. It's no one's job to make you happy. You cannot outsource that to someone else. It's your job to make you happy. Right, so now that we got that fact straight, the second thing is don't postpone it. It's in your hands. It's your responsibility. You're in control. Don't wait until you have money to be happy. Don't wait until you're thin. Don't wait until your hair's grown out, or for a certain mix of conditions to be happy. Be happy today, guys. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you do not choose to be responsible for your own happiness and to take it on board day in, day out, you're going to live a miserable life. What's the rest of us? We did not come to suffer. Definitely we're here to enjoy ourselves. Number 3, know your worth. There is nothing more important than understanding that your value lies within. It's an intrinsic quality. It doesn't matter what you look like, what life circumstances you've gone through, who you know, what you wear, what you own. It doesn't define your worth. Your worth is inward. I remember a preacher lady once taught a sermon some time back. She put up a note, like how I've got my crisp $20 note here, and she balled it up. She spat on it, she threw it on the ground, picked it up again, stamped on it, cussed it out. Stupid money, stupid money. And afterwards, when she was done, she unfurled it, right? And it had so many creases and it was not in a good state. Then she asked, did my crumbling the money, throwing down the money, stamping on the money, spitting on the money, cursing out the money, did it change the value of this money? And people are like, no, it still remains $20. I can walk into a shop today, buy things for $20, even if it's creased and ugly like this. No one is going to turn me away, because the value is within the note. Its intrinsic value is within. It's the same with us. No matter what we've been through, no matter who has rejected us or mistreated us, we've been through hell and high water, but our value remains. You might not be as crisp looking as when you started out life, but girl, you still have value. So know your value and add text. Number 4, have boundaries. In this life, unfortunately, there are people who are going to test you. They're going to try and push your buttons and push you as far as they can. Simply because they can, you know? And if you do not have any boundaries, you will find yourself crumbling and being used up by people. Boundaries are there to protect you from opportunistic people, from parasites. What are simple boundaries? Learning to say no. If you don't have the money, don't give money you don't have. If you don't have the time, don't volunteer time that you don't have. If you don't have the capacity, don't bend over backwards making room for other people. Come on, guys, this is 2025. Boundaries don't make you cruel. They make you a person who can stand up for themselves, a person who is grounded in who they are, that they're able to stand up for themselves. I'm on a mission this year to dismantle the good girl indoctrination that most women have undergone. You know, women get uncomfortable when it comes to topics of boundaries because we want to be the good girl, we want to look sweet and all that. No, we don't say no. You will get trampled on. I'm not saying be mean, but people need to know where to draw the line with you. To know, I should try Jesus, I shouldn't try this person. 5, let people do what they want to do. This is a concept that I learned from the author Mel Robbins. And it's pretty simple. Let people do exactly what they want to do so that you can adjust your actions around what they've done. What am I saying? If someone wants to leave you, let them. If they want to choose another person over you, let them. If they want to miss out on you, let them. If they want to ignore you, to exclude you, to look down on you, let them. You have no control over that other person. They're an individual. What you have control over is you. In such a situation, when you've let people do exactly what they want to do, your job is to adjust accordingly. In 2025 and beyond, we're not chasing anyone. We are not working overtime to try and prove our worth and to prove them wrong. Oh, I'm so good for you. I'm this great person. I'm the best person for the job, this, that, and the third. No. What we simply do is adjust. If it means I look for a new job, I'm going to look for a new job. If it means I leave the relationship, I'm going to leave the relationship. If it means that I'm going to distance myself from you, I'm going to do that in response to what you want to do. We cannot keep on being tossed back and forth like a paper bag in a storm. No, we cannot do that. So let people do what they want to do. 6, sometimes you're the problem, and that's okay. And this is where accountability comes through. I know more often than not, when things don't go right in our lives, we try to blame other people. Oh, they didn't love me enough, that's why I'm toxic and I have avoidant attachment. Oh, they didn't give me the opportunity, this is why I can't advance in life. Oh, it's because of this, that, and the third. Or some of us like to blame our village relatives. Guys, sometimes bad things happen to us because of our own choices and our own decisions. Sometimes we're the problems. We're the reason why our relationships break down, because we are difficult to get along with. We don't know how to maintain healthy relationships and boundaries. Sometimes our business endeavors fail because we're dishonest and lack integrity. Sometimes our health suffers because we don't prioritize it. We eat too much candy. Preaching to the choir, you know. Or sometimes we find ourselves in really sticky, awkward situations. And now you're saying, oh, it was the devil tempted me. No, it was you. You and your poor decisions got you where you are. And sometimes you're just the problem. You are the reason, you're the main denominator in all of your problems. That's why it's important, guys, to be self-aware, to take a step back and to be accountable of where we cause havoc and chaos in our own lives, where we cause other people pain and distress. What role have we played in our own demise? It's not always other people. Sometimes it's simply us who are a problem. 7, comparison is the thief of joy. We need to stop this thing of looking into other people's plates. Everyone's been given their portion and there you are, busy looking at who got a bigger piece of chicken, who got the drumstick, who got the what. Eat what's in your plate. Be satisfied with what has been given to you. So often we cause our own misery by just simply comparing. We look at some people's highlight reels on social media and we look at our own lives and we start to compare. Oh my goodness, she's got a better car than me. What if it's a brand sponsorship and you don't know? And here you are busy developing ulcers, being jealous over someone's car. We look at people's relationships. Oh, they're so perfect. Look at them. Couple goals, right? but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Next thing, you're giving your husband or your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend a hard time because they're not sweet. Birthday, they didn't do this. Stop comparing. Sometimes we are comparing unnecessary things, someone's highlights to your day-to-day living. You're comparing how much someone makes. I know sometimes at work we can be in a similar role, we earn the same amount of money, but you see someone else living a better life than you. Now you're dissatisfied, you're complaining, oh, these people, this. Yet the money, you don't know how the other person's financing their holiday to Dubai. You don't know that they've got a trust fund. You don't know that they sold a property. You do not know what you do not know. So stop comparing. Stop comparing. 8. If there's anything that you should take away from this video, you can forget everything else. But this one is the key point, number 8. Money is freedom. I'll say that again. Money is freedom. I cannot overemphasize the importance of having your own money. You don't need a mountain of money. You don't need Jeff Bezos money. You just need enough money for you to live and sustain yourself. Money allows you to walk out of situations that you don't like. So often we hear of women, sometimes men, who are stuck in abusive situations and they can't leave. Have enough money that if shit hits the fan, you can pack up your bags, go. So guys, make your own money. Work hard, get your own money, because your money is your freedom. 9, be kind to yourself. Where do I start? Sometimes we're our worst critics. We're hypercritical of ourselves. When we mess up, oh my God, we have no grace for ourselves. We can forgive other people. Oh, we can forgive. Oh, it's easy. We can forgive someone else, but we can't forgive ourselves. And that's being cruel to yourself. What do we do in situations where we've let ourselves down? When we have made poor, terrible decisions that have torpedoed our lives. You know, there's some decisions that you can make at 16, 17, 18, and they derail your life for decades. Trying to get back on track. You look at your peers, your age mates, they've gone ahead. Your life is derailed. How do you reconcile that? How do you show kindness to yourself when you're thinking, how am I going to catch up? There's some decisions that we make because we don't have information, or we made the best decision that we could at the time, but it wasn't the best quality decision. How do we forgive ourselves for things that we don't know? How do we forgive ourselves for mistakes that we've done? How do we move on when the consequence of our actions is so terrible? There's no recovery from that. This is where self-kindness comes in. This is where you look at yourself with compassion and with kindness, and the same compassion and kindness that you give other people, you should also reserve it for yourself. You should be able to be frank with yourself and be like, okay, so I did mess up. It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. Self, I forgive you. Now let's try and get this life on track. You can't give away kindness and mercy to other people and not give it to yourself. The person who deserves your kindness and mercy first is you. Then you can give it to other people because you need it the most, so that you can show up as a kind and compassionate person in the world. Number 10, you're responsible for your own life. Heroes only exist in the pages of comic books. No one is coming to save you. No one. And there's a lesson that I'm glad I learned very early in life. I think at around age 18, I'd figured it out already. And this is simply because I lost my parents young. I'll give you an example. Growing up, I had my 4 sisters and my 2 parents, right? So we're 6 in our household, but we never lived as 6 people. Seldom. I'm trying to rack my brain. I can't remember when it was just the 6 of us. There was always some young uncle, some young aunt, some cousin from the rural areas, someone at our house who my parents were taking care of. So my parents were the sort of parents who helped other people, very compassionate people. So after they passed away, all the people who had passed through our lives, through our home, throughout the years. I worked under the assumption that we would reap what my parents sowed. Do you know what happened, guys? Crickets. Crickets. No one came through for us. No one, not from my mom's side, not from my dad's side, no one came to help us. You know, and for such a long time I was bitter about it till I realized they don't owe me anything. They don't owe me anything, and none of them is gonna come and help me. And I need to focus on what I want to do with my life and get it done. So guys, the moral of the story is no one is coming to save you. Guys, I wouldn't be me if I didn't talk about relationships. Number 11, guys, do not circle the block with an ex. Hey. If you've ever suffered, do this one thing. When you break up with a person, there's a reason why you've broken up with a person, why that relationship has failed to work. Let us not go resuscitating the dead, guys. Zombies belong in cemeteries. Exes belong in the past, okay? I wouldn't recommend for anyone. And I know that some people be thinking, oh, for me, I got back together with my ex, you know, then we got married. Yeah, you're an exception to the rule. Woo, I'm throwing confetti at you, well done. But for most people who are the rule itself in life, it never works out. It never does. When you break up with someone, part in peace. We're so fixated on what was, we keep holding on to people who were not good for us. People who've played their part in our lives. Not all exes are terrible. It just didn't work. Wrong person, wrong time, wrong values, and so forth. You just didn't get along. So with that said, guys, please do not circle the block. Let an ex be an ex. 12. As people, we're designed to be learning beings, meaning we have to keep learning and unlearning certain things as we go through life. Have thirst for knowledge, and I don't simply mean academic knowledge. You don't have to accumulate all types of degrees, but have a curiosity to understand things that are happening outside of your own front door. You have to keep learning. The mind needs to keep learning. That's just one side of the coin. The second side of the coin is unlearning. We need to unlearn as we grow, as we get older. There are certain things that we're taught as kids that seem like gospel truth, but as we get older and we critically examine some of the information, is bullshit. It makes no sense. And there are certain patterns of behavior that we need to unlearn. Do you know, after a certain time as an adult, what happened to you in your childhood is not an excuse for you not to know better. You know, oh, I'm this way because they used to hit me. Oh, I'm this way because they used to starve me of love. Yes, all that happened to you and we don't disqualify it. But now you need to unlearn the patterns that came about from that upbringing. You need to get out of survival mode and see, how do I interact with other people? And I think this is something that especially women need to learn. As a woman myself, there's a lot of unlearning that I've been doing around this one thing. Growing up, I think I was conditioned and taught that as a woman I should be self-sacrificial. And it wasn't through words. My mom and my aunts never set me down to say, Mel, you need to sacrifice yourself for other people. No, it's through actions. You know, sometimes visitors would come home, then the food runs out. Of course, the visitors get the best food, the largest portions because they're visitors. Then the male relatives get, you know, the second best. Then the kids, then I would watch my mom sometimes wouldn't be enough food. Then she's always to eat like the green vegetables or the soup or scrap together a meal. And what that taught me subconscious, and I know that wasn't the lesson that I was supposed to learn, is that I don't matter as much as the other people. You know, as a woman, I don't matter. So if visitors come and they're male relatives, I need to get the scraps because I don't matter. That's some of the unlearning. It's subtle things like that you have to understand, that we're teaching our kids ways to ignore themselves, to disregard themselves, and we're not we're not saying it with our words, but our actions are communicating certain lessons. So we need to unlearn some of those things. I'm telling you guys, I eat first in my house. Just joking, but I don't. I'm not the one for the vegetables and soup. You understand? So it's small things that we need to unlearn, small patterns, small habits, small indoctrinations. Learn and unlearn. 13, be responsible on social media. This thing, I think social media is the gift that will keep giving. We don't fully understand it yet. It's evolving year by year, but this thing is a monster and we do not know how to tame it. So what am I saying? The only thing that you truly own as a person is your name. That's the only thing you take with you into the grave, your name, your reputation. I know we live in an age of clout chasing, an age of clicks, likes, and shares. But I think it's caused a lot of loss of common sense from a lot of people. We cannot use social media like we're using a pit latrine. We can't. Because the internet remembers forever. That's the thing. How often, guys, have you seen tweets of some rapper or some actor surfacing after years? Something that they've said at 18, something that they've said at 20, and it's problematic, and it surfaces right when they're at the peak of their career, right when they're about to go to the next level. This is a story for every other day, where we see someone getting cancelled because of something that they said when they were younger and more stupid, right? The internet doesn't forget. So if we're leaving behind a digital footprint, then it follows that we should be careful of what we're putting out into this internet, right? That's why it's important, before you post your content, ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? But most importantly, is it necessary? Guys, we can't be tussling with people in comment sections. We can't be doing lives, cussing people out. We can't be trolling people on the internet, cyberbullying other people. All these things leave behind a digital footprint. And I'm sure, if this is not happening already, that employers are looking at someone's social media presence and using it as part of the criteria to vet possible employees. So do you want to be that person who's problematic and you close doors of opportunity for yourself, not just with employers, but possible partnership, brand deals, because you're reckless with your mouth and your behavior on social media, because you like to tussle, you like to fight? Guys, we just need to be responsible. And this applies across the board, to the young and to the old. People my age are showing their asses on social media. Guys, some of the things we do are just stupid. We need to stop. 14, cultivate quality relationships. I once read an article from a nurse who works in palliative care. One of the key regrets of the dying is that people often wish that they'd kept in touch with their friends. Sometimes in life we get so busy. We get so busy with our own lives. We get so busy with being busy. We stop and we neglect our relationships with our families, with our friends, with the people who matter to us. There's never going to be a day where someone on their deathbed is going to say, I wish I'd gone to work more often. If anything, someone's going to say, I wish I'd watched my children grow. I wish I had spent more time with my partner. I wish I had taken them on vacation. I wish I'd rested more. I wish I'd spent more time with my parents. I wish I'd have done more for my grandparents. It all circles back to relationships. So it's important for us to cultivate those relationships. Keep in contact with your friends best as you can. And I know for people my age, millennials, they might not have the time that they used to have when they were younger. But it won't kill you to keep in touch with your other friends, your single friends, your married friends. I know that most of us, my generation, our parents are getting older. They're getting frail. Spend time with them, do things for them, love on them, honor them, especially if they're good parents to you. Cultivate that relationship so you don't have any regrets. If you've got kids, spend time with them, take interest in the things that they enjoy, build memories with them. These are the best seeds that we can sow, our relationships. Because when we die, it's not about what we achieved, what we owned, how we looked. It's never the superficial stuff, it's whose lives did we touch. Hey guys, I know initially I said I wanted to get to 37 lessons, but I've noticed I talk too much. I just can't give things in bullet point, bam, 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 bam. So I'm just gonna stop here at 14. These are in no particular order or more important than the ones that I left behind, but these are some of the key lessons that I've learned. Life is not prescriptive, but there are certain things that you can learn from other people. You don't have to learn the lesson yourself. I'm a big supporter or proponent of learning from other people's mistakes. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll give you guys some birthday cake, but by the time you see this video, I probably would have had my birthday at the end of April. 37, woohoo, woohoo. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. Till the next time we meet, Musare Munyasha.